Hello again, everyone. It's Saturday morning here, so we're doing the Build the Back to the Future DeLorean from Eaglemoss. We're on issue 9. This is going to be a short one. It's another wheel kit. Next week will be the frame and some big assembly and the length of this thing coming on. In the meantime, though, since this is a short week, I just want to point out the most important part of this week's magazine, which is, of course, The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension, which Christopher Lloyd filmed and basically won the role of Doc Brown for his part in. So, you know, it's the most important movie ever made. I think everybody already acknowledges that, but just in case anyone was unaware, there you go, more evidence. So, starting the wheel. We've done a wheel before. They're not complicated. There's 3 screws and a couple of extra little bits of plastic that go in. And somewhat humorously, the instructions still include the step of putting the hub into the washer, which, of course, you can't do. So, we'll get this rolling. Very straightforward. You take the tire, and it is a pretty tire. Good detail on the treads, nice squishy rubber, nice white lettering. Put the back of the hub through it first. This is all die cast. And you just kind of squeeze it in there, like a squeezy thing. And I found on the last tire that it did compress the rubber a little bit while I put everything together, so I'm not too concerned about how well squozen it is, but there it goes. We have the majority hubcap, chrome, shiny DeLorean hubcap with the valve stem. You can see in here if I can get the camera to focus. There. This book does not imply that the valve stem is a separate piece like the first one did. And I'm glad that the first one wasn't a separate piece either, because that would have been a pain. I don't think I'm prepared to deal with anything that small. Again, not since those springs. So that sandwich is on. Looks nice. Gets screwed in from the back with a few of these BP screws. Needs 3 screws. Once again, we got 4, so an extra will go in the kit for when we don't get something. And it does look like they failed to give me the washer. Well, maybe I've dropped it, but that's not good. So I'll have to contact them about that. And then I'll have an extra tire, apparently. I'll take a look at my photos, make sure I didn't just misplace it somewhere, but not a great sign. Suppose it could be in the plastic. Oh, I do have it. Huh. It's stuck to the other bit of plastic. It staticked itself on inside the lid. So, no loss there. Okay, that's good. I was temporarily concerned. I figured I would have noticed if it was missing in the kit when I looked at it. Alright, so that's all screwed in. Doesn't really look any different screwed in. 3 screws on the back. Hefty tire. Okay. This is the silly step where we put the hub inside the wheel. And later we are going to remove that. And again, the instructions say to put this tiny little hub. It's hard for me to even hold it in a way the camera will be happy with. Tiny little hub. They say put that inside the washer and then put the whole assembly in the wheel. Yeah, you can't do that. You put the washer in the wheel, and then you camp this in behind it. And then later we're going to push all this back out because the screw actually has to go through that washer. And by later, I think I mean next week. But anyway, with the hub installed, you get this fantastic little DMC hubcap in the middle of that. So, that is the whole tire assembly. Like I say, nice short one. That's really it. Next week the frame, and some pieces really start coming together on that, and the length will really start to be clear. Kind of like putting the hood and the front end together on the Ghostbusters vehicle, which if you haven't seen, you can watch on my other playlist. We're doing those Wednesdays. We're doing Back to the Future on Saturdays. We're doing other things as they come up. Have a good one, guys.